Good evening, baseball fans, even really good night as we welcome you here to the Quadplex at Wisconsin Rapids for game number, make sure I get my math right, number 11 of the 2024 AAA American Legion Wisconsin State Tournament. My name is Mike Wetland, Cale Jacoby alongside in the production work tonight. Just a single camera during this game as we had the weather throughout the game. We had to pick up all of our equipment that was outdoors, keep it safe, keep it protected. We will go back to our regularly multi-camera broadcast starting tomorrow with our 4 o'clock game. 2 games tomorrow, 1, maybe 2 going into Saturday. This is game 11. The 2 remaining undefeateds going head-to-head. It is Eau Claire and Milwaukee. Milwaukee, the visiting team. Eau Claire is the home team in this game as we get set for this one. Glad to be with you guys. Our pitching matchup, it'll be Jack Gabler for Eau Claire and Brad Corcoran for Milwaukee going head-to-head in this one. Eau Claire in their red jerseys, the gray pants, black numbers, and the black caps with the Eau Claire logo on the front. Milwaukee in their, as has been all week long, the navy blue with the pinstripes, the red numbers, the black caps with white pants for the Pipemen. And as they go over our announcing, we'll take a quick gander at our umpiring crew as well. On third base will be Bruce Schaff. Eric Brost will be at second base. Darren Olson at first. And calling the balls and strikes in this game will be Mr. Derek Freeman. As we have our meeting, Coach Joe Recklitz and Mark Faunus meeting at home plate, getting things new. Still discussing, and there was questions going back even 10 minutes ago whether this game was even going to happen. It's been a steady shower for about the past hour after we had rain for most of this afternoon anyway. And the players met well before the coaches even came out, and there was no umpires yet. They were all huddling around the pitcher's mound, and they were talking about playing this game, and we went out there to check, and we heard, we want to play. And so we are going to play baseball, and I can't wait for one more game, number 11 of the week. The winner of this game guarantees them a spot on Championship Saturday. That is, period, end of story, what is on the line. However, the matchups and the times for tomorrow are also to be decided. We know the matchups, we don't know the times, depending on how this game goes. It will be Eau Claire taking on Wisconsin Rapids, and it will be Milwaukee taking on De Pere. The question is, what time each plays? If Eau Claire wins this game, they will play the 7 o'clock game tomorrow. If Milwaukee wins, they will play the 7 o'clock game tomorrow. Of course, you can go to ZaleskiSports.com later on tonight, and we will have that schedule for you guys on our website. Again, go to ZaleskiSports.com. You can find us on Facebook, X, Instagram. We'll have all of those lines up right there as well as we get things figured out. As Eau Claire takes the field, and we will take a look at our starting lineups as you see Jack Gabler getting loose. For the visiting team out of Milwaukee and the Pipemen, Luke Mattis leads off playing shortstop. Braden Schimmel at second base. Cameron Bueno over at third. Nate Kasten plays first base, hits cleanup. Diego Cifuentes in center field hits fifth. The DH is Jake Recklitz. He'll hit sixth, and hitting for the pitcher, Brad Corcoran. Batting seventh is Eli Beck in right field. Solo Acosta is the catcher. He'll hit eighth, and Rex Jigerick will hit in the 9th spot and play in left field. Again, Mattis, Schimmel, and Bueno. Kasten, Cifuentes, and Recklitz. Beck, Acosta, and Jigerick is your 9 for the Milwaukee Fire Department Legion Post 426 Pipemen. For Eau Claire, they'll line up as follows. It'll be Grant Locken in center field, Logan Hesselman at second base, Leo Lauscher at third, Sawyer Stein mans first base, Kellen Smith in right, Trent Cornell at shortstop, Tommy Perkins is your DH, Carter Veith the catcher, and Elliot Height in left field with Jack Gabler doing the pitching. As we now get set for the first pitch, warm-ups completed, and here comes Luke Mattis, the shortstop, to lead things off. For Milwaukee, right-handed hitter, staple at the top of the order so far this week. So he'll face the lefty Gabler. Sets up third base side of the pitching rubber. He pops it up to center field. Smith, the call to catch in right for out number 1. 9:28 first time of first pitch here in this one. Might as well from our friends at Herrick and Hart Law Office. They've been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairelaw.com. Again, that's eauclairelaw.com as the first pitch to Schimmel is in there for a called strike. That one is low. It's a ball and a strike. Actually, no, it was Coach on. So it's 0-2. My apologies. And see the sign given by Mr. Freeman behind the plate. That one fouled away. Count stands at 0-2. The 0-2 remains. Fouled away again. And we'll try it again. And Gabe, the left-hander. There's a line drive, one hopper on the backhand to Stein. He's going to race it himself to play at the bag. Not in time, infield hit. Long reaction that time from Sawyer Stein, and Gabler did not get off the mound. He fell toward the third base side. And the play and hustling all the way, Braden Schimmel. So he's got a one-out base hit, and that'll bring up
number 22, Cameron Bueno.
Cameron Bueno. The third baseman. That one is up and away, and that's ball one. And catcher Carter Veet's going to go out and talk to his left-hander, make sure everything is lined up. Yeah, and order did not change from last night's big win. A couple of positions changed. Recklitz, namely, over at the DH now. Caston, who pitched a beauty last night, over at first base now. It's 1-0 on Bueno. About a 3.5 step lead for Schimmel off of first. And that's outside, and it's 2-0. Runner aboard, one out. With two remaining unbeatens. Now one in the dirt. It's now 3-0. Three balls and nothing. And taking all the way. That's ball four. So Bueno draws the one-out walk. Now first and second. And a big spot here for Nate Caston, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 33, Nate Caston.
And a chance for Milwaukee to strike first here in the top half of inning number one. It's across the bottom of this 9 o'clock hour. Again, glad to have you with us. Glad you were able to hang through all the weather and the delays of this one, as there's a swing and a miss. Again, this game was originally scheduled at 7, then it got moved up to 5:45, and we played at 9:30 because Wisconsin. Early August weather. The game before this one had 2-hour-plus rain delays. That's a check swing and a foul. They had infield and outfield in that middle game. Then they had a 2-hour rain delay. Then they got into the third inning. We had another long rain delay before we finally got it back underway and finished it. Both these teams were here for most of that game, getting some swings in, getting loose as there's a ground ball foul past third. And even going back to earlier today, when I got here at 11:30 this morning to get everything set up and ready to go for the 1 o'clock game, Milwaukee had taken batting practice. They were here before I was, and they got some swings in, kept their regular routine, talking with Coach Recklitz. And he was preaching the importance of staying consistent in what their approach is, coming into a game, during a game, and after a game. And it's led them to two very impressive wins so far in this tournament. So they look for their third, and again, a guaranteed spot on Championship Saturday, and just one step closer, and extremely close then, to National Regionals. 2-2 on Nate Caston. On the other side, Eau Claire also had to play some pretty tough competition heading into this one. A 1-run win over Marshfield on day one. Shutout over De Pere yesterday. Tyler Webb was spun an absolute gem. Did not allow a runner to reach second base in that shutout win. Ground ball to third. 5, 4, and they get the out there. What a play by Hesselman at second base. The throw went to his backhand side. He did almost a half split. Was able to keep the catch, keep the bag, and get the out at second. 5-4. And a fielder's choice, and here comes Diego Cifuentes.
Center fielder, number 20, Diego Cifuentes.
Cifuentes hitting in the 5 spot, as has been the trend this entire week. Runners at the corners. He's going to turn on that one, launch it foul. And it's 0-1.
Please return all foul balls to the dugouts.
0-1. Runner at third. Could be a key spot. Could be something to keep an eye on as well, even more than usual, with the wet field and a wet baseball. It's 1-1. We saw a lot of wild pitches in that middle game due to the conditions. We saw a couple balls thrown about 12 feet in the air all the way to the screen. That one down and away, 2-1. Over at third, Braden Schimmel. Nate Caston stands over at first. Not much of a lead at first base, about a step and a half, maybe 2. There's a swing and a miss. Pulled the string. Did Jack Gabler, and he's got a 2-2 count. But already at 20 pitches here in inning number 1. Chance to get out of this inning with a big strikeout here. There's a drive into left field down the corner. That's a fair ball. That'll bring in the first run of the game. Caston a big turn. He'll hold the second. Cifuentes is going to be caught over at first base. He'll be tagged out. But the run will count. An RBI single from Diego Cifuentes. He is thrown out 7-5-3 to end the inning. Schimmel in to score, though, with the first run of the game. We have played 1/2 inning. It was a run on a couple of hits and a runner left. As we go to the bottom half of inning number 1, it is Milwaukee 1, Eau Claire coming to the plate when we return during the AAA American Legion State Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Shortstop, Luke Mattis.
Bottom half of inning number 1, reminder as well, baseball and softball coaches, check this out. Finally, the app we've all been waiting for, Coach's Edge. Coach's Edge is the app you teach your players the signs, so help extend teaching time beyond practice, ditch the playbooks, and level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is, so now put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Coach's Edge. No more missed signs, instead unlock your players' full potential with Coach's Edge. Download Coach's Edge for free on your phone's app store. Get a big thanks to all of our great sponsors helping us out, helping us bring you these games always and forever free. We will never charge for a game. As Kale over there laughing at my choice of words. Can always find these games, go back and watch them later on. When you get to holiday season, got the grandparents on Thanksgiving. Don't need to watch football. You can watch Zaleski sports games instead.
Center fielder, number 2, Grant Locken.
So Grant Locken to lead things off, the center fielder. First one down and away, and that's ball 1. Brad Corcoran getting the start, a 1.13 ERA, 3-1 his overall record. 31 in the third innings, 47 strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss, tailing fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. Working out of the windup. Battle of left-handers in this game. That one down and in, and it's 2-1. Lockett, Hesselman, and Lauscher, the first 3 for Eau Claire in this one. Again, in their red jerseys, the gray pants, black numbers. After this pitch, we'll give you the defensive lineup as well for Milwaukee. There's a strike 2. Your outfield from left field across into right. Be Rex Jigerick in left. Center field is Diego Sufentes. In right field is Eli Beck. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Or strike 3 swinging, I should say. And there's out number 1 for Eau Claire. Your infield from third base across at the hot corner is going to be Cam Bueno. Up the middle, Luke Madison, Braden Schimmel. And at first base, Nate Caston doing the catching, Solo Acosta. For left-hander Brad Corcoran. Here's Logan Hesselman, the second baseman. And he takes a called strike. Down and away, 1-1. Terrific result for our friends at A&W Restaurants, introducing the new Cap'n Crunch cereal shake. The A&W signature frosty mug is filled with creamy vanilla soft serve and loaded with berry-licious bits of Cap'n Crunch cereal. It'll take you back to Saturday morning cartoons and then some at your nearest A&W All-American Food location, Altoona, Cadott, Withee, Spencer, and Colby. Two and 2. On Logan Hesselman. Strike 3 called. And it's a bigger zone tonight here in the early going. 2 punch outs for Corcoran. And here comes Leo Lauscher, the third baseman. Key moment in that game yesterday. It was a scoreless game, and Lauscher was intentionally walked to load the bases with 1 out. And Sawyer Stein promptly unloaded them with a 2-run single that gave Eau Claire a lead they would not relinquish. One ball and nothing. That one popped up, foul territory. Is there a play? There is, and the catch is made out there by Caston. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 goes Eau Claire with a couple of strikeouts. We have played 1 complete inning. Your score, Milwaukee 1 and Eau Claire nothing. In the 11th game of the 2024 Wisconsin AAA American Legion State Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
Top half of inning number 2 here from Wisconsin Rapids. In game 3 of the day, 11 of the week here at the 2024 American Legion AAA State Tournament. The 2 remaining unbeatens going head-to-head. 1-0 Milwaukee as Jake Recklitz will lead things off. The designated hitter coming into the tournament was hitting .265. Had a great game on the mound in their first win back on Tuesday as he swings and misses. The 0-1 breaking ball half swing, and he went around. He was fooled by that one. It's 0-2. And coming into this tournament, probably the least any of us knew about a team was Milwaukee. They only had 18 games. They have come in and they have been extremely impressive. Both these teams have been extremely strong. There's a pop-up into shallow center. All the way in left center. And almost ending up on the infield is Lock-In. That's out number 1.
Like AT&T, it's all within your reach.
So 1 up and 1 down for Eli Beck. He steps in as well from our friends at Bruth Orthodontics, providing comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. There's a high fly ball into left field. A long run in. Sliding attempt is not going to be made out there by Height. Both the shortstop, Cornell, and Lauscher at third also covered a ton of ground out there. And it's just a long strike. On Beck. The 0-1. That one fouled straight back and off the net. And 0-2. Again, first game tomorrow, 4 o'clock. We know our matchups. We don't know the times quite yet. That one outside, 1-2. We don't know both these teams will be playing, just in different games. We don't know which one will be the elimination game quite yet either. Count remains still a ball and 2 strikes. Well, again, tomorrow we'll also be back to our regular state tournament multi-camera setup. There's one fouled away. Once we look to be past the extremely annoying nature of the rain today. Pitch number 30 on the way for Gabler. Backdoor breaking ball misses outside. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. That one popped up, foul territory, first base side, and once again out of play. Been quite the battle so far, here with one out here in the second. Chopper to third, a couple of hops for Lauscher, fields it at the logo, and throws across in plenty of time for out number 2. Here comes Solo Acosta, the catcher. Gives a couple of game balls to our umpire, Derek Freeman. The left-handed hitter will step in.
Number 1, Solo Acosta.
Rizzo from Mancino's Grinder and Pizza, locally owned and operated. They've been a family tradition for over 27 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's. Community located just off Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. First pitch will miss, ball 1. There's a line drive into center field. That's down, a base hit. Good piece of hitting there from Acosta. Wasn't on the barrel, just off the end, it sounded like, but strong enough to muscle it on a line into center field. It was played on a hop there by Locken. So a 2-out base runner.
Left fielder, number 5, Rex Jigeric.
So here is Jigeric. The left fielder hitting in the 9 spot. Leaning out over the plate, open stance. Long look at first. And that's right in there for a called strike. Might as well that whether it's water skiing, baseball, or golf, Shepke Chiropractic's got your back. For all your sports-related injuries this summer, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. There's one fouled away. Visit online at shepkechiropractic.com. SCHEPPKE, chiropractic.com. Nothing in 2 the counts. That hits the corner. Strike 3 called. First strikeout of the night for Gabler, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left for Milwaukee. After an inning and a half, they lead it 1-0 in the AAA American Legion State Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Bottom half of inning number 2. Corcoran back out there for another inning of work. He'll face 4, 5, and 6. Stein, Smith, and Cornell for Eau Claire. Had a couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 first. So here is Sawyer's side. Again, he was offensively the hero for Eau Claire in that win yesterday over De Pere. That 2-run single off of Landon Rago that provided all of the margin that Eau Claire needed for that win. Again, they had walked Lauscher to get to him because he had been 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He takes the first pitch he sees, lined it into center, and Eau Claire would not look back. Again, Tyler Webb not allowing a runner to even reach second base. in that win yesterday afternoon. 1-1. The count now on Stein. Came in and pitched a little back in game 1. Come back on Tuesday. It's 2-1 now. Reminder as well, get Culligan Water. Only $9.95 a month for your first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water, CulliganH2O.com. That one outside. A little slider there, and it's 3-1. And that's ball 4. High and away. Leadoff walk for Corcoran. And here comes Kellen Smith. Smith, the right fielder. He also drove in a pair of runs right after Stein. And a 4-run fifth. Those 4 runs, all they would need in that 4-0 win.
Right fielder, number 18.
Third baseman Bueno playing in on the green part of the turf over at third base. That one outside, missing, ball 1. Again, first pitch, 9:28 this evening. That one is up, and it's 2-0. As well at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics, whether you're a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or just simply have an aching joint, rest assured you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics. As that ball is lined foul down the left field line and off the fence. And it's 2-1 on Kellen Smith. Nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number 2. A rainy, well, early was windy, not as much anymore. Thursday night. The 2-1. That one chopped foul. It's 2-2. Stein, the runner at first. Lead gets the cutout. He holds. And that one just outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Doubt Stein will be going. He does not. And it's ball 4. That one missing high. Back-to-back walks. We'll bring up Trent Cornell with 2 on and nobody out. And Corcoran had only walked 14 in 31 innings heading into the game tonight. It's a clutch arm in the regional win as well. So he'll face Cornell. The Eau Claire shortstop.
That'll bring up the shortstop, number 6, Trent Cornell.
First one to him. Hits the outside corner. That's strike 1. Again, massive respect to both these teams and our 4 umpires. Staying out here at 9:30, and we had first pitch. There's a line drive into the gap in left center. That'll tie the game. Stein around third. Going first to third is Smith. And Cornell comes through with an RBI single. Two walks and a hit will bring up Tommy Perkins, the DH. Saying a big thanks, a big respect and props to everyone involved. Also our grounds crew and everyone here at Wisconsin Rapids doing everything they can to dry as much of the field as they can after the rain we had falling again. Started about 3 o'clock, 3:30. And it just didn't stop. But field is safe to play on. Conditions are fine now. And we get game number 3 in tonight and 11 of the tournament. Again, 2 games tomorrow, 4 and 7 o'clock, our first pitch. Matchups are locked in, but when they play will be dependent on this game. Then, of course, we get to championship Saturday. Game guaranteed at 4 o'clock. And depending on how many teams are there and how that first game goes, we may have one more at 7 to wrap up the state season. And every pitch of those games you can find here on Zaleski Sports. Acosta steps outside, they throw over, and in with a dive is Cornell. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Perkins, the DH. Slightly open stance, left-handed hitter. And the first one is high and tight, ball 1. Runner goes. Got a great jump. Throw is going to be high, and he's going to get in there without a slide. A stolen base for Cornell. Acosta had no chance to make that throw. That was stolen on Corcoran. Cornell took off on first movement, and at that point there was absolutely no chance. So second and third, nobody out. Go ahead run, just 90 feet away. That one fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. Third baseman playing in. That one popped up, foul territory, third base side. There will be no play for Bueno. It's 2-2. As we pitch number 30. Brad Corcoran. Swung on and missed. High fastball. And that's strikeout number 3. That's a big out number 1. So here comes the catcher, Carter Veith. And he was clutch defensively in that DePere win. Threw out 2 runners trying to steal. Big reason why DePere never got a runner past first base. That one fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Again, dimensions here from Wisconsin Rapids, 325 down the lines, 380 dead center, 365 into the alleys. Asymmetrical ball diamond. All turf field. Man, really because of it is turf. It's the only reason we're playing this game right now. 0-2 and 0 fouled back. If we were playing on a natural surface at some of the parks we have covered games this year, we would have even gotten in that second game, let alone this one. There's not a chance. Yeah, Jack Hackman Field and Marshfield would be underwater. That one in the dirt and blocked by Acosta behind the plate. I mean, even Witterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids would be unplayable. Yeah, Buchholz Park, Memorial. The Wisconsin Valley, Simon Field, where we were last week. That one up 2-2. And even still with the turf absorbing a lot, and it still took a lot of work to dry off as much as they could. That one popped fouling out of play. And they had gotten the leaf blower out. They had toweling down all the bases and the pitching rubber at home plate. And also, again, when we were waiting to see if this game was going to happen, both teams were on the field talking, and they collectively agreed. There's a foul tip. hung on to by Acosta. Strike 3, and that's strikeout number 4. And the runners remain at second and third. That'll bring up Elliott Height, the left fielder. But again, when we were waiting, umpires were still talking, making a decision, I think, with the coaches, but the players were together on the field. We were confused as to what was going on. It was almost like watching, in a way, like a West Side Story type thing. Just all the teams were lined up across from each other. And then they said, and then we heard very clearly, we want to play. As Callie's over saying they should have burst into a song and dance number. We had that in the rain delay during the middle game. You can check that out on our Facebook pages. Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield doing a dance-off during the rain, including the Dirty Dancing lift. Everyone fouled away, and it's a ball and a strike on Height. Kellen Smith's the runner at third. Trent Cornell stands at second base. Cornell had the RBI single. Still a ball and a strike. Now one outside, and it's 2-1. Lockett stands on deck, the top of the order. Height in with a close stance as a left-handed hitter. That front foot, a good foot's length in front of his back foot, and that one misses. 3-1. Corcoran gets a swing and a miss. From this angle, it looked a little bit of a cutting action on it. Chased it outside, just avoided the end of the bat. So the count will run full. Ball 4 missed high, the third walk of the inning. And here comes Grant Locken. Leadoff man struck out swinging back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day.
Back to the top of the order for Eau Claire. Center fielder, number 2, Grant Locken.
Ground ball to second. Schimmel there. Throws him out and ends the inning. Eau Claire does get a run on a single hit. 3 walks, and they left them loaded. We have played 2 complete, and it's a 1-1 ball game. It is game 11 of the 2024 AAA American Legion State Tournaments on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
So we head to the top half of inning number 3. It'll be the top of the order. Luke Mattis will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. That was back in inning number 1. And the first one is in there for a called strike. Chopper to third. Lauscher off balance. Throw is wide. And that'll pull Stein off the bag. Be an E5. And leadoff man is aboard.
Second baseman, number 11, Braden Schimmel.
Now bring up the number 2 man, Schimmel. He singled, came across the score back in the first. He tries to drop a bunt down and fouls it back. It's 0-1. We play here in the top half of inning number 3. Again, glad to have you with us tonight. My name is Mike Wetland on the call. Cal Jacoby on the production side of things. Again, just a single camera setup for this one due to the weather earlier. Be back to our multi-camera look tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That one's a breaking ball and a beauty. Strike 2. Left-hander Jack Gabler. Little golf shot into center field. That's down, a base hit. Braden Schimmel's got a couple of hits tonight. Now 2 on, nobody out for Cameron Bueno.
Third baseman, number 22, Cameron Bueno.
Bueno walked back in the first. Stein playing in at first base for the potential bunt. He squares. And he takes one inside for ball 1. And crossed 10 o'clock now. Ball and a strike. Or 1-0, 2 on, I should say. And he bunts. It's a good one. Down the line, only play to first. Stein does record the out. Sacrifice successful. And they'll get to second and third with just 1 down for Nate Caston, the cleanup man. 3-4. Little release you keep in score at home.
First baseman, number 33.
Caston reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. That one outside for ball 1. Pitch counts Ray starting to climb. This will be number 46 for Jack Gabler. That one outside as well. It's 2-0. A run on 4 hits for Milwaukee. That one in for a strike. Gabler with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Defense playing back, conceding the run. There's a drive into the left. That's down. That's a base hit. They're going to send the runner around third. There will be a play at the plate. Slides in there, and he's in there. What a slide by Schimmel. Gets the hand in just ahead of the tag. And a 2-run single by Nate Caston. He takes second on the throw. Mattis had gone back to tag just in case. And he got in there standing. Right behind him was Schimmel. The throw, the relay was good from Lauscher. But sliding to the backside of home plate and getting that hand in just before the tag of Veith was Schimmel. It's down with 3-1 lead for Milwaukee. That one high and away. Ball 1 on Diego Cifuentes. Still just 1 out, runner still in scoring position. That one is up. That's ball 2. That one outside as well, 3-0. Three balls and nothing. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Cifuentes. And here comes Jake Recklitz. Recklitz 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Chance for a big inning here for the Pipemen.
Jake Recklitz.
Left fielder playing a little bit more of the line. Is that one high and away? That's 5 straight that have missed for Gabler. The 1-0. There's a fly ball into shallow center. Long run in. Locken makes the call, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Runners retreat back, Caston at second. Cifuentes over at first base, and here comes Eli Beck. Beck 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Right fielder, number 34, Eli Beck.
Half swing. And he went around. That's strike 1. Called by our home plate umpire, Derek Freeman. The 0-1 is a bit up. And it's 1-1. And the throw back to Gabler gets away. He'll get a new baseball. Just make sure they get a new one in before that one gets waterlogged and turns itself into a shot put. Ball and a strike on Eli Beck. That one inside. And it's 2-1. 2 2/3 for Gabler, and he'll be about to throw number pitch 58. There's a drive into left, but right in his tracks to make the catch is Height, and the inning is over. 2 runs come across for Milwaukee on 2 hits and 2 runners left. We have played 2.5. It's now a 3-1 lead for Milwaukee in the AAA American Legion State Tournament Game 11 on Zaleski Sports.
Power & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Power & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You know, Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
You know, when you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control.
Bottom half of inning number 3. Brad Corcoran getting another inning of work. He will face 2, 3, and 4 for Eau Claire. It'll be Hesselman, Lauscher, and Stein. Logan Hesselman 0 for 1. He was called out on strikes back in the first as he fouls that one straight back. 0-1. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Milwaukee. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for Eau Claire. That one is up and out of the zone. It's 1-1. Again, a rundown of the scenarios again for tomorrow, depending on how this game goes. We know that it'll be Eau Claire and Wisconsin Rapids. Milwaukee will play De Pere. Those are our 4 teams standing. There's a swing and a miss. Actually, no, that's a foul. I got a piece of Acosta. Maybe that right leg. And our umpire, Mr. Freeman, will go in and talk to his the left-hander just to give the catcher a moment. But again, we know who's playing who tomorrow. The question is what time each plays. If Milwaukee wins this game, they will play De Pere at 7 o'clock. And then Eau Claire and Wisconsin Rapids will be at 4. If Eau Claire wins, switch those. They will play Wisconsin Rapids at 7, and it'll be Milwaukee and De Pere at 4. Either way, that 4 o'clock is an elimination game, no matter which game it is. Because that'll be both teams with 1 loss. The undefeated team will get the 7 o'clock game. Hasn't been trying to say it hit him. And in a dramatic point to first base. And they say yes, it hit him. Coach Reckliff came out right away to say, are you sure about that? Or did he lean into it? Very pointed discussion. And now we're good to go. So leadoff man aboard for Leo Lauscher. He popped up to first base his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Third baseman, number 8.
Yeah, both these teams come in at 2-0. So the winner of this game, obviously at 3-0, will get the night game and a guaranteed spot on Championship Saturday. The loser of this game will get the 4 o'clock elimination game. And there's a high fly ball into right. That's above the lights. But reading it and making the catch out there was Beck for out number 1. And that was something we saw in the middle game. It was also a little bit during sunset, near the end of sunset, for Marshfield. Back-to-back plays in center that the center fielder just did not see.
Sawyer Stein.
And you could tell he just never saw the ball off the bat at all. As there's ball 1 on Stein. He walked and scored back in the second. You can go watch all 10 games back on Zaleski Sports. You can watch the thousands of games we've done over the years as well. It's 1-1 on Stein in every sport. Football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling we've covered. Covered swimming, tennis, baseball and softball, of course. That's a swing and a miss, and he did not touch the ball, and on his way to second will be Hesselman. So it's 1-2 on Stein. Hesselman over at second base now. Stein, who's got big-time power, is the tying run. He'll hit a chopper to short. Mattis on a couple hop steps, throws, and it's going to be thrown away. Or Caston could hold the bag. They're going to hold the runner around third, and then Stein to second. That'll be an E6. Now second and third one out for Kellen Smith. Smith walked back in the second inning. Ended up being stranded on third base. One of 3 walks in the inning for Corcoran. He's got 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, giving up a hit and a run. He's now also hit a batter. Corners will come in. And that one high and away off the glove. Hesselman's got a read. He's going to try and score, and Acosta couldn't get rid of it. He lost the baseball. It slipped out of his hand, rolls behind the backstop, and the run is in. Be a wild pitch to score Hesselman. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Tying run now at third and Stein. High pop up on the infield. Who's going to make the play? Nobody will. That's going to be a foul ball. And ball gets in the lights. You can't always find it. It's a tough play for a catcher to make. Trying to backpedal and get the mask out of the way and find it. Caston was there, but Acosta, I'm guessing, called him off, and it just backtracked on a bit and fell. And luckily, it was right near the line that almost bounced back fair. And there's a strike. It's 1-2. So in that way, it was actually became a little bit of a break for Milwaukee after the ball fell, that it didn't bounce back fair before it could be touched. The 1-2, fouled back. So here in the third inning, again, both guys' pitch counts climbing. Gabler threw 58 through 3. We're through 2 1/3 for Corcoran. He's thrown 56. That one in the dirt gets through the legs. Stein's going to try and score. And he will score. A belly flop, slip, and slide through. And we are tied. Wild pitch. 2-2 now on Smith. So 2 runs without the benefit of a hit. Hit, batter, and error. And 2 wild pitches have brought in a run. Also will pass the ball in the inning. Two and 2 the count on Kellen Smith. Just 1 out. Swung on and missed. 2-seam fastball. And that's out number 2. Strikeout number 5 for Brad Corcoran. And here comes Trent Cornell. Cornell has the lone hit of the game for Eau Claire, an RBI single back in the second.
Shortstop, number 6, Trent Cornell.
That one is outside for ball 1. Again, very glad to have you all joining us wherever you may be. You know, in our early game today, we had people reporting from all over the world watching the game. The 1 o'clock game, that was De Pere and Middleton. We had people from the states of Oregon, Virginia, Arizona, the country of Spain. There's a pop-up toward first. Caston ranges over in foul ground, makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2 runs are across for Eau Claire. They did not have a hit. There was an error, and nobody left. We have played 3 completes, and it's a 3-3 ball game. It's game 3 of the day, 11 of the tournament at the AAA American Legion State Tournament from Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life.
What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We move to the top half of inning number 4. Again, game 11 of the AAA American Legion State Tournament here in the state of Wisconsin. A 3-3 game between Milwaukee and Wisconsin. Yes. We have a discussion here. Over, I guess, the batting order. Yeah, it is. It is Acosta to lead things off. Everyone kind of looked at us like, are we in charge here? I'm just a broadcaster. I'm not the official booker or official scorekeeper. He'll hit a knuckling one-hopper to third. Lauscher steps and fires across in time, out number 1. Here comes Rex Jagaric. So Jagaric will step in. He struck out back in the second.
Left fielder, number 5, Rex Jagaric.
And that one's in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside and up. It's 1-1. Looks like we're finally done with the rain. Currently 68 degrees. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And it's 1-2. And tomorrow is supposed to be a beautiful day. Albeit very, very warm. That one inside, and that hit him. And the dramatic point to first by Derek Freeman. So a one-out hit batter. Gets Jagaric over to first for Luke Mattis. And again, tomorrow, games at 4 and 7. High temperature tomorrow here in Wisconsin Rapids, 90. Heat index at about 94, so pretty similar to days 1 and 2. It's hopefully without the humidity. That one down low and in the turf. Ball 1 on Mattis. Mattis 0 for 2. He reached on an error back in the third, came around to score on the Caston 2-run single. The 1-0. That one also bounces in there and blocked by Veith. It's 2-0. Chopper up the middle. Hesselman is there. Takes it himself. Throws to first. Not in time and bounces away. And Mattis will hold at first base on the fielder's choice. 4 unassisted. And that's out number 2. So 2 down now, and here comes Braden Schimmel, the second baseman, who is 2 for 2. And swing and a miss, the bat goes flying to the dugout. We've seen in professional games and other high school games, we've seen the bats go flying. That one Might have been the most impressive distance we've seen. That was a good 70, 75 feet that he helicoptered that bat down toward the Eau Claire dugout. And that's why the nets are there, folks. Get some pine tar, some spray. And she was like, I need more. Give it back. They're just going to give him a new bat. So a new piece of alloy in the left-handed box now for Schimmel. It's a 0-1 count, 2 down, and a tie game. Mattis leads off of first. And that's in there with a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Down and away. Mattis with a late jump. They throw it down to second. And it goes through Cornell's legs and then to center field. And in the end, nothing changes. Mattis stays at first. Ball and 2 strikes. The count on Schimmel, who's 2 for 2. He has singled twice. He has scored twice. He's also the final pitcher in that game last night. The Wisconsin Rapids win. And that one missed in. Eau Claire, a couple guys are taking a couple of steps toward their dugouts. Front door breaking ball just broke a little bit too late. Now 2-2. Line drive right at Cornell. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and a runner left for Milwaukee.
In there, half of the
we have played 3.5. We're halfway through this ball game, and it is 3-3. The AAA American Legion State Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
Baseball and softball coaches, check this out. Finally, the app that we've all been waiting for, Coach's Edge. Coach's Edge is the app to teach your players the signs, help extend teaching time beyond practice, ditch the playbooks, level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is. Now put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Coach's Edge. No more missed signs. Instead, unlock your players' full potential with Coach's Edge. Download Coach's Edge for free on your phone's app store. First one is a called strike on Tommy Perkins. Perkins struck out back in the second. Those runners on second and third. Outside, 1-1. And Brad Corcoran with 5 strikeouts in the game. 3 walks and a hit batter. Giving up 1 hit as he falls behind 2-1 on Perkins. That one down and away, 3-1 now. And And shout out as well to Jim Stegall, still watching near midnight in Denver, North Carolina. That's ball 4. Perkins draws a leadoff walk. Now bring things to Carter Veith. He struck out back in the second. Let's up in with these words from Stop Construction, a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. He bunts it down the line. That's a good one. Throw is going to be on the hop and in and out of the glove of cast it down the right field line. And they'll be at the corners with nobody out. We'll see how that officially gets ruled. Looks like just a straight error in E5. And they're at the corners. Nobody out for Elliott Height. Height drew a walk back in inning number 2.
Left fielder,
we'll see if he looks to drop down a bunt. Throw over, in with a dive. Height. Again, that close stance and another throw over and in standing. Oh, no, you got to be careful. Perkins over at third. Any throw that gets away from casting at first, I think he's going to try and score. That one is up. Ball 1. That one is up and away, and it's 2-0. This next pitch will be number 70 for Corcoran. And it's in there for a called strike. 71 for Gabler. It's through 4 complete. Again, winner of this game guaranteed a game on Championship Saturday. Throw over and back standing is Carter Veith. You're guaranteed Saturday and in a very good position to be at National Regionals next week. He bunts it down, squeezes on. No play at the plate. The throw to first in time. Give it a sacrifice and a run batted in for Elliott Heights. Executed perfectly. A great read by Perkins. The safety squeeze
back to the
gives
top
Eau
of the
Claire
order
their
for
first
the
lead
Eau
of the
Claire
night.
Post 53, center fielder number 2, Grant Locken.
So here's Locken, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Runner at second, 1 out. He hits a little flare behind second base, long run. Schimmel can't get there, it's down. And on his way to third is Veith. A base hit for Grant Locken. And now first and third, 1 down for Logan Hesselman. As Coach Recklitz is going to go out and talk to his left-hander. And as he does that, remind us all from our friends at the Dahlman Insurance Agency, providing business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound, Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. 3/4 of the way through this 10 o'clock hour. The second half of this ball game, bottom half of inning number 4. Meeting adjourned. Corcoran will stay in the game. As Logan Hesselman, who has got a strikeout, he was hit by a pitch and he has scored a run.
Second baseman, number 5, Logan Hesselman.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second is going to be picked on a short hop, and it'll be a stolen base for Grant Locken. Hesselman almost an intentionally defensive swing to just cause enough of a problem for Acosta to make that throw. It definitely does just kind of a half-hearted swing. Now second, third, and that'll bring the infield in. He fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. The run is in on a couple of hits. On one hit, I should say, there's been an error. 2 hits in the game. 4 runs on 2 hits for Eau Claire. Again, infield in. That one just missing, and it's 1-2. Corcoran starting to get a little frustrated. There's a chopper to second. Runners going. There's not going to be a play. The throw to first in time. It's an RBI ground out for Logan Hesselman. That's out number 2. On his way to third is Locken as Veith is in to score. Again, both runs this inning unearned. Only 2 of the runs earned in this game. As here comes Leo Lauscher.
Third baseman.
A pop up to first and a fly ball to right in the game. As he takes ball 1 down low. 2-run lead for Eau Claire, 5-3. Ground ball pulled, foul, hopped over the, looks like the back of the head of Locken down the third baseline. And it's 1-1. A reminder, still at least 3 games left this week here on Zaleski Sports from Wisconsin Rapids. 2 tomorrow. Guaranteed a minimum of 1 on Saturday. Could be 2. And it's now 1-2 on Leo Lauscher. High and away, 2-2. The 2-2. There's a drive into left center and deep. But with the play, and it's out of the glove at the warning track by Cifuentes. On his way to third is Lauscher. The long throw in is going to be late, and he's in there. That ball was scorched to deep center, but it was in and out of the glove. And it'll be an E8. And another run is in. Diego Cifuentes just couldn't quite hang on and make the play. He chased it down, and they're going to go and make sure he's all right. There's a discussion. Coach Reckless heads back to the dugout. Now 6-3, as here comes Sawyer Stein. Stein's walked. He's reached on an error. He scored twice. That was almost a spectacular play in center.
First baseman, number 19, Sawyer Stein.
One of the oddest line scores I've seen in a while. That's high. Ball 1. 6 runs on 2 hits for Eau Claire in this game. Both singles. Cornell and Lockett. There's one off the handle and fouled on the first base side. It's 1-1 on Stein. It's been 3 Milwaukee errors. 2 throwing, 1 fielding. Here's another one fouled back. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Bottom half of the 4th. Get all these runs unearned.
Return any foul balls to the dugouts.
Pitch number 85 for Brad Corcoran is a fly ball into center. Cifuentes there again, still going, still going. This time he goes to a knee and makes the catch. 2 hands on the glove. inning over. However, 3 runs across on 1 hit.
For Eau Claire,
There were 2 errors
3 in their half
and a runner left.
they get 3
We have played 4 completes here in the 2024 AAA American Legion State Tournament. It is 6-3 Eau Claire on Zaleski Sports.
A nice controlled turn, and here comes the pontoon. What a boat!
I don't know that you can have a better activity today than the pontoon through this event. I said this is a world-class event. That was a world-class trailering of that pontoon right there.
Now we've got the green arrow, so now you got a little bit of a little. Oh! U-turn! U-turn! Oh my goodness!
U-turn? You gotta be kidding me!
It's a broadcaster's dream because we're literally in the middle of a crossing pattern.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
We move on to the 5th. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for Milwaukee. Down by 3 now against Gabler. It'll be Bueno, Casson, and Cifuentes.
We head to the 5th inning, and leading off for the Pikemen is the 3rd baseman, number 22, Cameron Bueno.
Cameron Bueno had a walk and he dropped down a sacrifice. As he takes ball 1. Looks like someone was getting loose in the bullpen for Eau Claire. That one outside, it's 2-0. It looked like it might have been Jake Bierke. The 2-0 is fouled back, and it's 2-1. 74 pitches so far, now into the 5th inning for Jack Gabler. 85 through 4 innings for Brad Corcoran. The 2-1 is popped up, foul territory, first base side. Stein's got to play, and he's got the ball for out number 1. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Nate Caston. Caston 1 for 2. He's had a 2-run single back in the 3rd.
First baseman, number 33, Nate Caston.
You're starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college. There's a line drive into right field, a base hit. More from them after Caston reaches first. Again, so whether you're starting a business, buying your first home, saving for college, SFB Security Financial Bank, they're the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com. Again, sfbank.com, member FDIC. So Cifuentes drives one into left center. That's going to be down for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at second, and back-to-back hits for Milwaukee bring the tying run to the plate. The former Jake Recklitz. So Cifuentes and Caston aboard. And that'll draw a meeting on the mound. Infield all getting together. Again, as this happens, we'll remind you guys what the rest of the weekend will look like. Again, every pitch of this tournament will be right here on Zaleski Sports. Go back to our regular multi-camera looks tomorrow. We have some great, awesome talent by the dugouts. up here in the booth as well. Myself and Steve Maves on the calls for the games tomorrow. Again, if Eau Claire wins this game, they will play at 7 o'clock against Wisconsin Rapids. If Milwaukee wins, they will play at 7 against De Pere. The loser of this game will then play their already assigned opponent in an elimination game at 4 o'clock.
Number 25, Jake Recklitz.
First and second, one out. Recklitz is 0 for 2. As he takes ball one, he's flown out to center field twice in the game. From the stats then, I was able to get off Game Changer before the tournament this week. Milwaukee looking for their first homer. Runners going. The throw to third is going to be in plenty of time, and they got the out. Caston thrown out, trying to steal third, 2-5. Diego Cifuentes gets over to second base. That is a shocking move to try and steal third. It's now 3-0. And ball 4. So 2 on, 2 out for Eli Beck. Beck today 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a fly out to left.
Number 34, Eli Beck.
Almost 11 o'clock here from Wisconsin Rapids. He's going to line one right at third base at Lauscher, and the inning is over. That caught stealing comes back to hurt. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 5. It is a 6-3 Eau Claire lead. It's game 11 of the 2024 AAA American Legion State Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Bottom half of inning number 5 here in game 11 of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Eau Claire in this game. Kellen Smith will lead things off. Be followed by Trent Cornell and Tommy Perkins.
Player in their half of the 5th is the right fielder, number 18, Kellen Smith.
So he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Smith will walk and a strikeout in the game. As he takes ball 1. Brett Corcoran back out there for another inning of work. And that's a called strike, and it's 1-2. And Derek Freeman still hanging out there. as he makes sure Acosta's all right. That ball kind of handcuffed him. As we, just a couple of minutes from 11 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. It's almost Friday on the East. Chopper foul. In 2 games tomorrow, first one at 4 o'clock. So we got a nice, for those of us working these games, a little bit of a break heading into tomorrow. That later start. 2-2 now on Smith, that one high and away. And the first game was 10 o'clock Tuesday morning. 4 games Tuesday, 4 games on Wednesday. This is our 3rd one today. Here's a high pop-up on the infield. Foul territory. Keston is there for out number 1. 1 out now for Trent Cornell. The Eau Claire shortstop is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He drove in that run back in the second. One of the only 2 hits for Eau Claire in this game.
Shortstop, number 6, Trent Cornell.
That one in the dirt. And again, Acosta is having a rough night behind the plates. Ball kind of skipping on him, and he is just having a rough time. Coach Rex is going to talk to him, make sure he's all right. Acosta had some bumps and bruises last night as well, catching. A tough guy. Gets a pat on the back from Derek Freeman. And I'm sure if he goes to the plate, Carter Veith will give him some props as well. Catcher to catcher. It's a tough job back there. That one foul tip into the mitt. Ball on a strike. Line drive, fair ball down the right field line and into the corner. Beck will chase it down. Cornell on his way to second. He's going to get to a stutter step and hold there with a 1-out double. A little bit of an inside-out swing there down the line. Perfectly placed, and now another runner in scoring position for Eau Claire for Tommy Perkins.
Designated hitter number 34, Tommy Perkins.
Perkins walked and scored. He takes one high and tight. Ball 1. The 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. Nearing the end of the line for Corcoran. 96 pitches and counting. And you get 105. If 105 is during a batter, you can finish the batter, but then you are done for 4 days. Or 4 days of rest. Ground ball to second, and bobbled by Schimmel, and everybody's safe. Slow roller and an E4. The 4th Milwaukee error in the game. They're at the corners with 1 out for Carter Veith. He's 0 for 2. He reached on an error and scored back in the 4th.
The catcher, number 7, Carter Veith.
Cornell, the runner at third. Over at first is Perkins. Runner goes. Throw down is thrown right back to Corcoran. It'll be a stolen base. You could hear that hit the glove extremely loud. I don't know if that was meant for a cutoff, but it was just a reaction from the pitcher. And now 2 in scoring position. Double play now not a factor. And the infield's going to have to come in for Milwaukee. Popped foul and out of play. First base side. So just Sandra watching saying it's just 9 over in Oregon. So prime time out there. Ground ball up the middle, deflected. That's going to get a run in Throw is going to be in time. Mattis makes the play out number 2, but an RBI for Veith. Cornell was not going to go until he saw Corcoran deflect that baseball. Once that went off the glove and behind the mound, he took off and he scored easily.
Left fielder, number 1,
So
Elliott
2 outs for Elliott Height. He's walked and dropped down a successful squeeze. So he takes a strike. So he doesn't have an official at bat in this game, but he has driven in a run. Ground ball, one hopper right back to Corcoran. He'll lob it. It'll actually throw it fairly hard across, and the inning is over. But another run is across for Eau Claire. They get a run on a hit, and an error, and they leave a runner. We've played 5, 2 innings to go, 7-3. Eau Claire leads it on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Top half of inning number 6 here from Wisconsin Rapids. It is a 7-3 lead for Eau Claire. It'll be the bottom of the order, 8-9-1 against Jack Gabler, who has really settled in nicely the last couple of innings. He scattered 7 hits, 3 runs allowed, all earned. Or, sorry, 2 of them earned. As Solo Acosta will lead things off. He's 1 for 2. He's singled back in the second. He's going to chop one foul toward first. That's strike 1. Run in the first and 2 in the third for Milwaukee in this game. Eau Claire's got 1 in the second, 3 in the third, or 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. 7 runs on 3 hits for Eau Claire. 3 runs on 7 hits. That one popped up third base side and out of play. 0-2 now on the Milwaukee catcher, Solo Acosta. And thank you all for joining us wherever you may be. Still hanging out with us, all 140 of you at 11 o'clock here in Wisconsin. There's strike 3 called. He knew it. And starts walking back. The second strikeout of the day for Gabler. And that'll bring up Rex Jagaric. He was hit by a pitch back in the fourth. He's 0 for 1 on the day.
The left fielder, number 5, Rex Jagaric.
And for all you guys watching, still here tonight, again, be sure to tune back in tomorrow, 4 o'clock, our first pitch. And that's ball 1. Again, depending on how this game goes, if this score holds, you'll be able to hear myself again on the call. It'll be Milwaukee and De Pere in an elimination game if this score holds. That one high and away. It's 2-0. If the Pikemen make the comeback, you can hear Steve Maves on the call at 4 o'clock. Eau Claire and Wisconsin Rapids, that game would then be an elimination game. That's in there. That's a strike. That's 2-1. The 2-1. And outside, 3-1. Again, start of this game was delayed 2 hours past the original start time. It was originally a 7 o'clock game, got moved up to 5:45, and then two separate hour-and-a-half plus rain delays in the last game. Led to this one being starting at about 9:30 as there's a walk to Jagaric. Top of the order now with Mattis. So this one starts.
Back to the top of the order for the pikeman, the shortstop, number 6, Luke.
Starting late, and the discussion was going in during that last game, if they could start this game before 10, they would play it. Both teams lobbied for it, and they said they wanted to play. As Mattis takes ball 1. Luke Mattis 0 for 3. He has scored a run after reaching on an error back in the 3rd. Ground ball to short could be 2. 6. Throw to second is going to be there, and then a high slide as Hesselman gets toppled over head over heels. The out is recorded at second base on the fielder's choice. Cornell just couldn't get the ball out of his glove to try and turn 2, but they do get the lead runner. And 2 down now for Schimmel. Again, both teams said when they were on the field saying we want to play. And so we got started at 9:30. And we're here in the 6th inning. It's been a good one. Weather has cooperated so far in this game as there's strike 1 on Schimmel. Brayden Schimmel 2 for 3, a couple of singles, a couple of runs. He had a rocket last time up in the 4th, lined out right at Cornell. That one in the dirt, knocked down by a Veith behind the plate. Outside, 2-1. Again, so they made deadlines, again, for 10 o'clock to get this game started. It's getting some flashbacks to the 2023 state softball tournament down in Madison. First night we were down there. There's one fouled away, 2-2. We were told the game had to start at before 10 o'clock, otherwise they would have to move it to the next morning. They started at 9:58. And the game ended as the clock hit midnight. You're at 11-11 and 2-2 counts for number 11 in Schimmel. He'll hit a fly ball into left center, slicing away from Locken, chasing it down. He's got it. Range factor off the charts for Grant Locken, and it's a scoreless inning. The one-out walk is stranded. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Eau Claire leads it 7-3 in the AAA American Legion Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
We got some changes to announce for you guys. Acosta is out of the game. In to catch is Cifuentes. He is now behind the plate. Out in center field is going to be number 7, Aiden Coles. And into pitch, going to be Zach Millman. So Zach Millman will make his 6th appearance out of the bullpen this summer for Milwaukee. He's got no record. He's in 5 2/3 innings, a 2.47 earned run average. Again, Cifuentes now back behind the plate. Acosta out of the game, getting the rest of the night off. And Coles goes and plays center field. As Cal goes and grabs Rosh, make sure we get everything right on our scoreboard for you guys. Again, big thanks to Fleet Farm, our scoreboard in this one. So Millman will face the top of the order. He'll face Locken, Hesselman, and Lauscher, trying to put up a 0 and with a 4-run game. So here comes Grant Locken to lead things off. Locken's 1 for 3, a single back in the 4th inning. He also stole a base and scored a run.
Leading off for Eau Claire in their half of the 6th inning. Top of the order, the center fielder, number 2, Grant Locken.
So of the 7 runs charged to Brad Corcoran, is that one inside? My calculations, only 2 of them earned. 4 Milwaukee errors in the game. They're out hitting. They're doubling up Eau Claire on hits, 7-3. But the 4 errors have been big. It's 2-0 now on Locken. And it's been up and down the lineup for Eau Claire. They've been able to be productive with runners in scoring position, even with outs. It's 3-0. The squeeze play from Height, a ground out from Veith have driven in runs. Cornell has an RBI single. Hesselman an RBI ground out. There's a strike. It's 3-1. The 3-1 is inside. Ball 4. Locken is aboard. And that'll bring up Logan Hesselman. Hesselman is 0 for 2. He did drive in a run with a ground out back in the 4th. He's also hit by a pitch and scored back in inning number 3.
Second baseman, number 5, Logan Hesselman.
Hesselman straight up in the box in his stance. As he takes a ball down low. And Newman did walk 6 batters in 5 2/3 innings this season. He gave up just 3 hits, a couple of strikeouts. Runner goes, and he's going to take second without a play. It's high, 2-0. Locken has his 2nd steal of the night. He got a great jump. Millman took a while to get rid of the baseball. We'll see if Locken maybe even looks to steal another one. Runners now holding him on a bit more as Millman will step off. That's a called strike. It's 2-1 on Hesselman, who's taking all the way. Just looking through my scorecard here, every hitter has reached base at least once. There's a fly ball into left center. Long run in, the call, the catch is made out there by Garrick for out number 1. 1 out now for Leo Lauscher. He's 0 for 3. He reached on that error in center field, that deep fly ball back in the 4th. It was almost a spectacular play by Cifuentes, but and he got there in time, but it just trampolined out of the glove.
Lauscher.
So here is Lauscher. That one, a great backhand by Cifuentes behind the plate. Ball 1. If they can hold this and make it a 4-run game, keep it a 4-run game, it'll be Bueno, Casson, and Cifuentes in the 7th for Milwaukee. That one high and tight. It's 2-0. 2-0. 3-0. And we're down to 4 teams. We started with 8. There's a strike. It's 3-1. We said goodbye on day number 2 to Manitowoc, as well as Oshkosh. Said so long today to Middleton and Marshfield. So apparently if your team starts with an M, there's a pop-up and foul ground and out of play over the dugout. Count runs full, 3-2. Milwaukee, the lone remaining team that starts with an M. Still have these 2 teams, of course, Milwaukee and Eau Claire, De Pere and Wisconsin Rapids. Still alive. They both have a loss, but they are still playing. They'll play tomorrow. It'll be Milwaukee and De Pere, Eau Claire and Wisconsin Rapids. The only thing left is to decide the order of what games those are. There's ball 4, and Lauscher is aboard. 2 on, 1 out for Sawyer Stein. Stein today, 0 for 2. He's reached twice, once on an air and once on a walk. He has scored twice, flew out to center field his last time up. Again, as this score is, if it holds out through the 7th, the 7 o'clock game will be Eau Claire and Wisconsin Rapids.
Number 19,
Milwaukee will
Sawyer
play De
Stein.
Pere in an elimination game at 4. Runners going. There's not going to be a play. Double steal. And those were both taken on Millman. It was a called strike on Stein, and that'll bring the infield in. Lockett had a great jump off second base. His 3rd stolen base. Ground ball to 3rd. The play is made. The throw to the plate is going to be in plenty of time. Trying to slide around it was Lockett. Also had to try and dodge the bat, and they make the play there. Be 5-2 on out number 2. They'll be at the corners now for Kellen Smith. Good play over there by Bueno over at 3rd base. And again, the throw beat him by play, so it wasn't like there was any doubt about the outs, but Lockett trying to slide to the backside. He also had to try and dodge the bat. Stein dropped it right in the batter's box.
Fielder, number 18, Kellen Smith.
So here's Smith. 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. Popped up to first base his last time up. Step off and a low throw picked by Caston. So we near the bottom of this 11 o'clock hour. Almost 2 hours into this game. Ground ball yanked foul down the 3rd base line. That's strike 1 on Kellen Smith. I doubt we will see Gabler out for the 7th. He's at 97 pitches. I mean, he may get a batter or 2, depending. We've seen quicker innings this week so far with guys that pitch count. There's a foul off as Stein was going. It's 0-2. Smith, slightly open stance, right-handed hitter. That one in the dirt, blocked behind the plate by Diego Cifuentes. And it's 1-2. Runner goes. Grounder foul. Smith had to protect with 2 strikes. Bottom half of inning number 6. Kellen Smith trying to add some insurance for Eau Claire. Already a 4-run lead. Throw over, and that's thrown away. That'll do it. And E1, Stein to 2nd. Lauscher can jog in from 3rd.
Come on, Kellen, face it, baby. Hit it hard.
And it's 8-3. 5-run lead now for Eau Claire. Milwaukee's been the comeback kids all week. Been able to battle and just hang on there. There's a grounder, pulled, foul again. Another run without a hit. 2 walks in the inning. 3 stolen bases and an error. Chopper right back to Millman on a hop. He'll underhand it to first, and the inning is over. Eau Claire gets another run. They do not get it with the hit. There was the 5th Milwaukee error and a runner left. We'll go to the 7th. It is now 8-3 Eau Claire on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Gabler back out there to start the inning. He will face 3, 4, and 5, Bueno, Caston, and Cifuentes. As the crowd we have that has braved the elements still here, getting some Darude sandstorm playing. As here comes Cameron Bueno to lead things off.
Is the third baseman, number 22, Cameron Bueno.
Bueno is 0 for 1, a walk and a sacrifice. He'll take a strike. It's 0-1. And we were talking during the break with the awesome PA crew over here who've done an awesome job all week about when you keep a guy in, when you pull him. And in our second game on Wednesday, the Oshkosh and Middleton game. So that's 1-1. I want to say that was that game. There's a high pop-up, foul territory, and out of play. It's 1-2. Pitcher started the inning, I think, with 99. And he was able to get through the inning without hitting 105. I think he threw 4 pitches. Here comes 101 from Gabler. He fouls it off. Three runs, 7 hits, 5 errors for Milwaukee in this game. They've left 8 runners on. Half swing, did he go? They appeal, he did not, and it's 2-2. Eau Claire 8 runs on 3 hits with an error. They've left 6. Pitch 103 is up, and the count's going to run full on Cam Bueno. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Gets the strikeout. His third of the day, and that's out number 1. And that'll bring up Nate Caston, who will be the final hitter that Jack Gabler will face this week.
Number 33, Nate Caston.
Caston today is 2 for 3. He's driven in a couple of runs. He takes ball 1 up and out of the zone. So 3 runs, 2 earned. It's 2-0. So again, this will be the final batter for Jack Gabler. He fires in a strike. Did yeoman's work for Eau Claire. Again, the later you get in this tournament, the more innings you can get from your starters. Without a doubt, the better. Is this 3-1. As it becomes, when you get to Friday and Saturday, it's all hands on deck, pitching-wise. It says who has available arms. The 3-1 is popped up and out of play, first base side. Count will run full. So we'll see who will try and close this one out for Eau Claire following this. At the conclusion of this batter, whether it be hit or out. Or walk. Caston aboard. He's reached base all 4 times. He had a fielder's choice back in the first. And out comes the coaching staff to take the baseball from their left-hander. To a round of applause as Gabler will head off. We'll see who heads in. It's looks like number 10. Looks to be Tyler Iverson, who's coming in. We'll see if I think he is going to be our pitcher.
Nice game, Jack.
And that sure looks the way it will be. So Gabler is out, Iverson is in. We'll step aside. Be back with the conclusion of this top half of the 7th inning and potentially the game on Zaleski Sports.
Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
When you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control.
It's going to be up to right-hander Tyler Iverson to try and shut the door on this one. He will face Diego Cifuentes with a runner on and 1 out here in the 7th. 6 1/3 for Gabler in this one. He struck out 3, walked 4, gave up 7 hits and 3 runs, 2 earned, in line for the win. So Cifuentes, who is now the catcher, will face Iverson as there's some discussion going on right now about an arm sleeve of some sort. Yeah, they're going to make Iverson take off his arm sleeve so that it's not contrasting tones. Just a easier to see the ball type of thing. I've seen that happen in games I have played in and broadcast and umpired.
Diego Cifuentes.
So Cifuentes 2 for 2. He's been on base 3 times. 2 singles and a walk in the game. As Iverson tries to end this one and send his team to 7 o'clock tomorrow night and a guaranteed game on Saturday. There's a strike. Caston at first. He has the responsibility of Gabler. The 0-1. Inside with a fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. And glad to have you all still joining us. Well, here late tonight. It's already Friday in the East Coast. As 2-1 here, of course, our producer Cal still adjusting from London time. 5:30 in the morning there. It's time for the UFC fights last weekend. Those were about 5:30 or 6 a.m. when those were wrapped up. As it's now 3-1 on Cifuentes. Runner on first cast and not being held on. There's a chopper foul toward third. And hustling to make the play. A little bit of bobble, but a nice play in the end from Coach Recklitz. Count runs full. Seen some coaches making some good plays on the coaching boxes this week. And they may not actively be playing, but coaches are still athletes too. The 3-2. Pop straight back. We'll try it again. Of course, stay tuned as well. We'll have your Chippewa Valley Orthopedic post-game show. Just wrapping things up for the day. We'll keep it brief. And just really give you guys the matchups, especially for tomorrow. There's a chopper foul toward third. Throw goes back in Iverson from Coach Recklitz. The 3-2 once again. Popped up, back out of play. Game 11 from the Wisconsin Rapids Quadplex. Iverson, first base side of the rubber. It's the first right-handed pitcher we have seen today. Or the second one, I should say, behind Millman. There's a drive in the deep left. Going back heights on the warning track. He's got to play, and he makes the catch. That's out number 2. Yesterday, that ball might have been gone when it was 30 degrees hotter and a little bit more humid. But on a mid-60s night with no wind at all, just hangs up in the air, and Height can chase it down for out number 2. And it'll be Jake Recklitz who's the final chance for Milwaukee. 0 for 2 with a walk in the game.
Designated hitter, number 25, Jake Recklitz.
Iverson looking to shut the door. In relief of left-hander Jack Gabler. And it's in there for a called strike. Back on deck, hoping he can get a chance. Ball and a strike now. Hard to believe there's just 2 days left in the American Legion summer baseball season. We've covered a lot of games this summer, mostly in the Wisconsin Valley, also Eau Claire, Stratford. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Milwaukee down to their final strike. as Recklitz calls time. Caston, the runner, still over at first base. Inside with a fastball. 2-2. Big leg kick, and that's fouled off. Iverson sets. That one just missing, and the count runs full. 3-2. Hey, shout out Matt Peck, watching still. One of our colleagues down in the Milwaukee area. Cover a lot of games this winter and spring. A lot of basketball and baseball. And that's ball 4. Recklitz aboard. Now to bring up Eli Beck. Beck today 0 for 3. Ground out, a fly out, and a line out.
Right fielder, number 34, Eli Beck.
First one to Beck. It's a ball and a strike. Ground ball pulled foul, and once again, Milwaukee's down to their final strike. 2 on, 2 outs here in the 7th. The 1-2. Chopper to short. Off balance throw, Cornell in time. Stein keeps the bag, and the game is over. Couple of walks get stranded, and this one comes to an end at 11:41 this Thursday evening. Your final score, 8-3. Eau Claire gets the win. They will play tomorrow night and are guaranteed a game on Championship Saturday. And stay tuned. Your Chippewa Valley Orthopedic postgame show is on the way next in the AAA American Legion Tournament on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip.
Here with your Chippewa Valley Orthopedic postgame show. Rely on the experience of the sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on prompt, proper diagnosis, customized treatment plans to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and the athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. 8-3 the final here from Wisconsin Rapids. Eau Claire gets the win. They move on to tomorrow night and a guaranteed game on Championship Saturday here from Wisconsin Rapids. They will take on tomorrow night the Wisconsin Rapids Rangers. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time. Steve Maves will be on the call for that one. If Wisconsin Rapids loses, they are eliminated. At 4 o'clock, it will be an elimination game as the Milwaukee Pikemen will take on De Pere. That's a 4 o'clock start time. You can hear yours truly on the call for that one. So again, De Pere and Milwaukee at 4. Wisconsin Rapids and Eau Claire at 7. Both those games, every pitch right here on Zaleski Sports. And as we approach 15 minutes till midnight, we will say so long. We thank you all for joining us tonight, and thank you for staying with us all day long during the delays, during the games, as we are 11 games in here in this state tournament. So for Cal Jacoby, this is Mike Wendland, thanking you for staying with us and saying so long. One more time, your final score in Game 3 of the night, 11 of the tournaments. It was Eau Claire 8 and Milwaukee 3. So until tomorrow at 4, we will see you then. Good night, everybody, from all of us at Zaleski Sports.